Hey guys, what's up? Today I just want to go over kind of my new project as I've been wanting to do Titanic farms and the Ranger was not cutting it for doing Titanic farms, so all as per usual, all roads lead back to Trickster, I guess. Like it's basic all roads lead to Rome, like all roads lead to Trickster, and I think in this league, like the Energy Blade variant is probably gonna be the best, which obviously your EHP goes down off that, but as I'm going to show you here, this character, obviously it's definitely higher budget than like a bow character, for example, but I'd say for the amount put into this character, it's insanely strong. It's around like 100 and I think it was around like 160 million if I recall in the POB like that I did last night. But I mean, I like that's no reflected helical ring. Like my ES gear is pretty, you know, I didn't like go for anything crazy. Like my chest is pretty settled on. I basically just wanted to make gear, like my shield's 100% settled on. I just want to basically, this is like my only like pretty good piece. It's only 20 quality though. I just want to make gear to like try the build out first. Obviously, if I make better ES gear, my ES will go up, and then in turn, you know, you gain damage. But I don't know, one cool tech that came from this league comes from this. If you have 2 Crusader items equipped, you get 15% in, which, I mean, obviously we have... This is a Crusader item, and then basically with your entire character, you need one more, which ends up just being the shield. And, yeah. I mean, technically you could do, like, free helical ring, but the shield I thought was the best way to get the second versus anything else. But I feel like that's really strong. And then I'm using Emperor's Mastery. Like, you don't potentially have to use this. Right now, I needed more mana reserve. Like, this seemed like the easiest fix. Just like a rune binder plus this. I'm not sure if like I'll keep that long term, but it was like a pretty easy. Then obviously we need Ancestral Vision. That gives us ailment immune. Then I went with Watcher's Eye with Wrath, and you gain mana as ES while affected by Clarity. Obviously, we're CI, which, like, it feels like you just need, if you want to do, like, T16.5, like, Titanic content. Just any, like, I don't know. I was dying to chaos damage mostly when I was playing Ranger. But, I mean, Light of Meaning, of course. Spellbreaker, Forbidden Flame and Flash. And then I'm using 1 Blood Scent, Cluster Jewel. I'm using 2 12 passives, 1 Blood Scent. It's probably, like... Also, like, to note, like, I'm only level 90, so... Obviously, as an int stacker, levels are very good. But, like, I pretty much just made this character yesterday. Basically finished it up at the end of yesterday. And then +1 exceptional skill gems. I was considering using the, like, mana reserve your auras affect enemies, but... I couldn't find the, like, master to use it on. And I also think maybe potentially use, like, 10% reduce attributes. I know it sounds funny as an int stacker to use reduce attributes, but having global defenses for reduce attributes actually ends up being pretty good. Like, you basically just gain evasion, you're gonna gain a little bit of ES. Obviously, you're gonna lose int for, like, your simplex amulet, but... And obviously, like, all the other gear. But it's, like, it's pretty close, actually. Like, I just threw it on there in case I want to, like... Obviously, I can't grab it right now because I'm only level 90, but... That's basically the skill tree, like... Pretty standard, like, in-stacker. Tried and tested, like... Now, I've played it, what, 2 leagues in a row now, so... Is pretty, like, point-click for everything. But, like... And then, of course... Of course, for our like, we're using a Doriani setup. I only have, like... I'm only at, like, minus 89 right now, like, reses. He seems to, like, die a decent amount, so I'm probably gonna have to switch, like, exactly what he's wearing, but... I have, like, Intim on hit, Lightning Exposure. Still have, like, Brittle and, like, +1 Curse. I'm probably gonna, like, switching this. I might even use, like, a different Merc, but... End of the day, it's just the main important parts is going to be obviously like nearby enemies damage with hits is lucky, the like minus max lightning res, and then Doriani's. Everything else is probably pretty interchangeable. Obviously the belt you're going to still use, but if I play on another guy, there's potentially other helms I can use. I'll make like a Merc setup video probably after this, based on like what I end up feeling like I need to like keep him alive with Doriani's. I feel like it's gonna be like a like one of the melee guys actually, because they seem pretty good for like the character living. But I mean, of course, show a map showcase. I'm just gonna show the same. I'll show the same things I've been showing, just like an ambush containment. But that's not what this character is not made for, an ambush containment by any means. But obviously, it's still like you can still do an ambush containment on it. Like it's not a big deal. Because I basically made this character for Titanic content. And also just, I don't know, I feel like a mageblood build is just superior to like, especially even for just containment. Like half the time I look at how many headhunter buffs and I have, and it's like I have 10, and I'm just like, what am I doing even? Look, like right here, my Merc like dies. I don't know why my Merc dies constantly, but getting spammed. Of course, like I'm trying to record this video before I start streaming, and you know, guess there was like a banger like 20-hour stream setting this character up. Pretty fun. But I mean, as you see, like I don't know, build can't die. Like basically, I needed a build that couldn't die in like Titanic content, which I feel like your choices become really limited. And also like you can do the action speed because one step ahead is just so OP. You can technically Forbidden Flame Nimmies too if you want to play Lightning Strike. I settled pretty hard on all my cluster drills as well. Like I'm obviously gonna fix those like over the course of like the next day or something. But like eventually like cluster drill rolling you just don't want to do anymore, so I don't know what ended up happening.
You sure you want to do this? Clock's ticking. Target in sight. That's what I get for losing.
I think Smite's the skill to go. It's nice as Smite you don't have to have Nimmies, so it's gonna end up being like you have two, like you have a helical reflected instead of Nimmies. Basically, it's gonna come down to. I started doing A-bombs because like they're giga cheap yesterday, so might as well do them. I mean, the only annoying part's when your Merc dies. That's why I definitely need a... Definitely want to figure out the Merc that can, like, survive. It seems like at least the KB one just always dies in, like, content like this. If you're doing T17s or, like, T16.5 Titanic, the Merc seems to always be dead otherwise. We gotta figure out what Merc to actually use. My favorite part about Instack too is like you just click this, gain accuracy equal to your int, and GG. I don't know. Build seems pretty strong. I like tested a little bit in Titanic as well last night to make sure like I'm gonna survive, and like I definitely am. The main thing now is just gonna be like, actually having like the min-max like energy shield gear, since more ES equals good forehead. At least, especially when you're playing like an energy blade build, like kind of helps to have, you know, ES. More ES equals more damage. I guess it's kind of like EE in that regard, right? The EE also gives you damage instead of like takes away your damage. I want Fortify as the implicit on my chest, but I'm not sure if that's like actually the one I want to like keep long term. Seems like there's a few other Fortify sources. Like if I go a melee guy, I can like get Kingmaker or whatever it's called. Seems kind of good. Kingmaker for the gives you like 10 Fortify. But obviously 10 Fortify isn't as good as 20, but ultimately Business Chaos is probably gonna be better. I would imagine, at least. That's basically the build right here, like coming to the end of the map. Nameless Seer. Anyone ever gotten a Nameless Seer? Let me know in the chat or in the comments. Because I feel like Nameless Seers are, it's so rare to get a good ever since like Necropolis League, I feel like I saw some, but that was also like I probably saw way more in Necropolis League because the Nameless Seer Scarab existed back then. And then they replaced it with the OP Titanic Scarab like setup. But probably next up is gonna be like Helical reflecting a ring, or like fixing. We either fix our ES gear or Helical corrupt the ring. Probably like the two next steps. Oh god, I actually died. I actually died. I didn't expect to even die, but you know, happens. Definitely does happen sometimes. From time to time. I don't know, one thing I'm gonna have to figure out too about this character is I feel like resists are slightly a problem. Unless I go like Sublime or something. But then Sublime you lose like discipline. But there's a map. I don't like, it's pretty, you know, standard, just ES things. Standard ES things. That's all I got for today. Next vid's probably gonna be about the Merc. The Merc. Since like if you min-max this, it probably doubles your damage. Like probably straight up.